Is off. Portland has a timeout. Lillard, a chance to send the Thunder home. Lillard, long range three, and it's
To the Wire Sports coming live in Paris.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was raining.
To the Wire Sports coming live in Paris.
What's going on, everybody? It is the To The Wire Sports Show, and I'm so excited. So I got my girl Carm.
Hey.
I'm super excited. We're in the same room. This is crazy.
Yes, we are.
It's like post-COVID.
Mhm.
We're in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have on my mask, but I'm feeling pretty good.
He's vaccinated. He's good. They invited me over to come do the show, so I'm happy because now I feel like it's more showy. Like we're like a show now.
Like a show
together in the room. Let's do this. Let's get it popping.
And before anybody asks a question, Terrence will be back in a couple weeks. He's just getting situated in Cali. So Terrence, shout out to Terrence, my other co-host. So we'll have him back in a couple weeks when he gets settled.
Hey.
And so we're just going to introduce. Well, now you met Carm. Can you tell them about you?
Yeah, for sure. So hey everybody, I'm Carm. I'm from Philly. Sixers fan from way back when growing up. What else about me? I do my own sports basketball broadcast. I kind of do recaps on my YouTube and my Instagram at YoSoyCarm. And I love hoops, basketball. That's my passion. All things culture, sports, kind of what we're going to be doing here on this show. So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really thankful for Jay to bring me on. So hey everybody.
So we're gonna see. We got some comments right here. We got Al. Al is gonna be one of the guys that's gonna give us a hard time. So Al, man, I'm excited to see you, my brother. We got Jay Crew.
Hey Jay.
Crew. We got everybody on here. Everybody checking in. Continue to check in throughout the show. We're gonna try to make this as interactive as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happened last week. You know what happened. When you see my boys take care of business.
Were we talking about the Sixers?
Yeah, we talking about the Sixers.
All right. Cool.
We talking about the Sixers. We took care of business.
For sure.
You know, we got some crybaby action.
Some people weren't too happy with the outcome of what was that? Was that Monday's game? Tuesday? Tuesday's game.
Tuesday game.
But you know, as a Sixers fan, a W is a W. When that list comes out, all you see is the win.
That's all you see.
That's it.
The rest of that stuff is for the birds. So I'm not even really trying to get too involved in the rest of that stuff. But so what did you think about the game?
Well, I mean, first of all, I feel like it was a big game, and I knew they were going to play well because the Sixers always play up to their competition. Like not up. So if they play somebody they feel like is below them, the Sixers, good old Sixers, always play like under their opponent. They'll play like not as good because they feel like the team is not that good, right?
Right.
But I knew coming in playing against the Jazz, they're going to play great because it's the Jazz, the number one team in the league.
Okay.
And then you got the Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, kind of old rusty beef a little bit about the Rookie of the Year. So
I can see that.
You know what I mean? And then Rudy Gobert and Embiid got something to prove because people were talking on that smack that he's scared of Gobert. I don't know why he would ever be scared of Gobert. But
defensive player of the league, remember?
I mean, that's fine and well, but it's Joel Embiid.
True.
But like,
true.
It's Rudy. I mean, here's the thing. I know that he's defensive player of the year, but even Shaq got to think with him. Like, it's Rudy Gobert. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say that. Like, no hate.
It is
props
hate.
To him.
It's hate.
It's props to him, but like at the same time, for me, I'm not like, yo, Rudy Gobert, like this is all time. That's me.
That's how you feel about it.
That's how I feel.
Well, tell me how you really feel.
How I really feel is I don't look at Rudy Gobert like he's like the man to fear. He is like the dominator in the paint, even though he's gotten defensive player of the year for 2 years and he got that big crazy contract. I'm not like if I was Joel Embiid, I wouldn't be shaking my boots. If I was DeMarcus Cousins, I wouldn't be shaking my boots. I'm AD. I'm definitely not shaking my boots.
Okay, yes, he is not one of the elite players in the league. So yes, I will say he's not an elite center. But what I will say about it is, so let's just throw it to the poll question. The poll question is, do you think that JoJo is the player of the year? I mean, the MVP. Let's just throw it out there. Do you think JoJo is the MVP, Joel Embiid, and do you think that Ben Simmons is the defensive player of the year? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I believe that is true. I believe these are true statements. I believe that Simmons has showed us time and time out that he can play the best player on the court, no matter the size. I just haven't seen him guard a center the full game yet, but I'm pretty sure he could. I mean, we got Joel though, so we really don't need to do that. But he's jumping into an era where he's like LeBron. When LeBron really wants to step up and play D, there's nobody better. Yeah. And with Joel, man, Joel is putting together a package. And I'm gonna be first off say this. I know I'm gonna have somebody say I was really critical on JoJo last year.
Yeah, I mean, you had to be though.
I was so
even
hard
the years
on him.
before this, you had to be because he wasn't playing to his full potential, in my opinion. Right. I feel like I would get mad at him. I'd be like, Joel, your biggest crap. Be under the basket. Really perfect your under the basket moves. Perfect that, and then go to the three. Then that's like your second option because you're so big and so talented. Why don't you stay under the basket, like what you're physically meant to do? Like I get the league is going where everyone's shooting threes. That's fine and well, but you're a dominant big man. Dominate down there, and that's what he's doing this year. Like he's bringing it to him, like with the moves, the little step backs, but he's still kind of staying in his lane. True. And I like to see that from him because before I'm like, Joel, you're over here chucking up threes every chance you get. Go down there and dominate. Put it on put it on the mat and go. And I feel like this year he's doing that, and I'm happy to see that from him because here's the thing, I'm a Sixers fan, but I'm hard on them because like I don't got time for the BS. I don't got time for this crap. Your Sixer crap. I need y'all to get it together. Oh
man! All right. Well, since we on it then, since you're gonna be critical on the Sixers, let's do it. So, do you think they need an extra piece? Like, you want me to start because I can hit this one.
Go ahead. You start.
Okay. So I went at Al. I have went at Al so many times. Al said, "Come on, bro. It's not even a question." And I don't know if that's to what I'm about to say, but I know he's gonna say the same thing. To what I'm about to say. And Al, I'm gonna tell you straight up. My honest opinion is, I don't have the feeling that we need to do this big, huge thing. They've turned everybody like Al and Andre. Yeah. They've turned Andre. Andre was like, oh, well, maybe we don't need that much. They have turned him. They've turned him into this person. Like, we need all these different players, all these different pieces. And what I saw on Wednesday was a team that banded together, came back from a deficit, and they have the pieces to make it work. Yeah. So, like, if that's the case, why do we feel like we have to make this huge move to fix something that's not broke? Right. Where I'm from, if it's not broke, you don't fix it.
Right. I hear you.
So, I mean, the 3-point shooting is concerning. The 3-point defense is concerning.
And that showed in that game against the Jazz. They were killing us on three. Like, we dominated in the paint, but the 3-line was theirs. I think we were like 8 for 25 at one point. They were like 21 of like something. Like, they made 21. We made 8 out of 25. Yes. So, I feel like that itself is going to be – here's the thing. So, obviously, like I said, the league is going – it is in a 3-point land. We live in a 3-point land. Okay, so we had to be able to make those shots. Now, we have people that are supposedly can make those shots. Now, I'm very critical of Danny Green because I feel like he's not the Danny Green of the Spurs. No. And I'm very like kind of like, do we need Danny? Because how he played for the Lakers last year, I was like, yo, Danny's going to be on our team. Like, I was not feeling it. But he's kind of shown himself a little bit as the season's gone on, right? Okay. But we got Danny. We got a Curry, right?
A Curry.
Right, we got a Curry. So I feel like we have some 3-point firepower we could unleash. But my thing was set this. He needs to take those shots. I feel like when I watch him, I feel like he always goes for the pass. Like he kind of like wants to like give it. He's hesitant. Right. He is very hesitant. And I'm like, yo, you're Curry. Like light it up. Shoot it up. Like if you're going to miss, let's live and die by you. Like screw it. I'd rather you take the shot, take the chance, than keep passing up in rhythm shots. Yes. Like you're in rhythm, take the shot.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
So we have 3-point people can shoot threes, but will they make it when them times come? So I think that's where the kind of thing is where do we need an extra piece? Now talking about get Kyle Lowry. I know that's the talks. Like, that's in the mix, right?
Kyle Lowry if Kyle Lowry came, I would be extremely happy.
He's a beast and he's a go-getter player. He's a leader. He's a vet. He's a champion. So
and a Philly guy.
Right. And he's from Philly. And I feel like he would want to be in Philly. So that'd be great. But I feel like, do we necessarily need someone I don't think we necessarily need if we're going to give away too much. It depends on what we're giving away. Now, if we're giving away like Matisse Thybulle and like, let's say like a Maxey, I can't give or take him. Thybulle, I wouldn't want to give it up. His defense is crazy. Like just his effort and how he does out there, I don't want to see Thybulle go. Because defensively, Thybulle, like his name, when Ben goes out, who goes in?
Normally Thybulle, because he plays that defensive role. And they even do the defense offense thing at the end of the games when it gets tight.
And I like that. So I feel like we don't need to get rid of someone like him. So it depends who we're going to give away to get someone. Now, like a Zach, getting like a Zach LaVine, that could change things.
That could.
You know what I mean? Like that could be a game changer.
But where do you put Zach LaVine?
That's kind of the question that I have in my head. Where we're sitting right now, I like our flow when we're flowing. Like in OT, Tobias took over. He had like 9 of the points, 9 of how many points he scored in OT. Yeah,
that's because he's a mismatch problem.
Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of like the in between height. Like he can kind of like borderline with the 4 and 5. So I mean the 3 and the 4.
Yeah.
So I like what he was doing, and that's what we're paying him to do. He's like the 4th highest paid player in the league. The 5th or the 4th between 4 and 6. He's like one of them. He's high. He gets paid a lot.
He does get paid a lot.
So earn your keep, earn your pay. Do that.
But I'm actually really excited. Like what Tobias has done this year, I'm super excited about because he's not the Tobias of last year. He's not of Brett Brown. Like it's like Doc Rivers. Yeah, it's like Doc came and it's like your pops came to coach you. Right. And he was like, oh, you know what? My dad's back. I know I'm gonna get to play. Yeah. He's playing with so much fire. He's even playing defense really hard. He's not a great defender, but he's a serviceable defender. Yeah. And he plays defense better than Curry. So at this point in the game,
he has the height and he has the body.
Yeah, he's long.
Yeah.
You get in there.
And I'm happy with what he's doing this year. And then in terms of Ben being defensive player of the year, for sure. It's no questions. We got the defensive player of the year and MVP. Like Joel is number 2 in scoring right now under Brad Beal. He is a center. He's number 2 in scoring the entire league. He averages 30 points. He's a center. Who's doing that? Nikola Jokic is like 7th. Hold on, I wrote this down. Hold on. Let me see your notes. What Nikola Jokic averages 27 points a game. 27. Embiid averages 30.2 points a game. Brad Beal averages 32. So think about that difference. Brad Beal is a guard, and he has to gun and because his team sucks. So Joel Embiid is averaging 30 as a center. Put the team on his back. Jokic, his team isn't doing that well right now. He's averaging 27. So whose impact is really making the most difference?
I mean, there's no argument from here to there. I mean, it's just the fact that like it's what he can do now. Like he already kind of had the pieces. He was already, very versatile. He could play D, he could play O, and then on top of it, he's not like a step back. Like what 7-footer can put the ball on the ground, do a Euro step.
Right.
He can also do a step back. He's got a handle on him, and he's 7 feet tall, and he's not light, so he's definitely got some size. Like he was bullying my man. Like he was. Well, it's like he was really mad that they tried to play him with this whole Rudy Gobert thing. Like he took it personal, and he inflicted harm.
No, he did. He got whatever he wanted, and he was blocking Gobert, and he got up there and was blocking Gobert shots. Like
he blocked the shot the one time Mitchell. He blocked him on like a layup, and that was like, okay, we ready.
But I feel like Joel's taking things more serious now. He's not as like everything's a joke. You know what I mean? Like ha ha ha. Like I think he has fun. Yeah, he's in better shape, and I feel like he just realizes this is the time. Like all this joke, kitty kid, like do it. Let's do this now because you're on the. I think he realizes him and Ben are on the brink. If y'all don't do something this year, it's like things could be bye.
Philly doesn't give you a whole lot of time
at all.
It's like, hey, you need to do something now. We paying you this bread now. Go get it. Like we don't have time because we in a small window with JoJo because he's a big guy. Like they've been saying this on all the different shows that. He's a bigger guy. He's had some injuries in the past. Right. And as you get older and bigger, like, remember, Shaq was out at one point with a toe injury.
Right.
Like, anything, like, you got a lot of weight on your body. Mm-hmm. So, whenever it gets hurt, you're having to put the full, like, weight on it. So, it's not the same injury as a guard, tweaking a finger, tweaking a toe, tweaking an ankle. Anything low that they got to use to jump and get off the ground, it's going to be a problem long term. So, we got the window is small. I just don't agree with selling the farm to get everything. I think we need to be mindful of what we're giving up because we don't want to leverage our future.
Right.
But at the same time, we do need to make a move. Like I think the Lowry move would be a great move. You say don't give up Thybulle, but I'm saying if Thybulle or Maxey is kind of the centerpiece like player,
then you'd be willing to give it up.
I'd be willing to give it up because I still got Curry. He's a serviceable because that would move Curry to the 6th man with Shake.
Right.
So think
that
about
wouldn't
now.
be bad.
It wouldn't be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got some scoring coming out the bench, like some legit scoring.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the thing with Curry is he hasn't been in the oh my God, we got so many comments. Wow. All right. I'm gonna throw this one up. Joel is hands down MVP. Ben MVP. Studio vibe. Yeah, we like that.
I'm afraid that Joel will not remain healthy. Yeah, I mean, Jay, that's definitely a concern. With the back spasms and everything, he got his old man back spasms at times. But I feel like, let's just hope for the best. Let's just think positive, put the positive vibes out there. That Joel's gonna, eat his broccoli and relax and take a seat somewhere when he's not playing, and he's okay.
Tony says, "Go all in." I'm stop waiting. Do all deals, Tony. Listen, Tony, and I've been saying this since. I've been telling everybody this, and I think people are starting to actually listen to what I'm saying, is that you don't sell the house. You don't sell the farm. The chickens that you got, they got to come home to roost at some point. Like you can't, they haven't played that many games with their full arsenal.
Right, together for them. Since they're number one in the East right now.
Right. They're only half a game ahead.
Behind on the Nets.
That's what we're going to talk about. You want to segue to that?
Yeah, we can segue.
Okay. So, actually, I want to talk about Mitchell real quick. Okay. So Mitchell, after the game, we know the post game happened. He was upset. He was ejected from the game. He knew that, after all was said and done, he thought that he had been wronged by the referees. He got 2 technical. Listen, as a point guard, as the leader of that team, you don't get technical fouls and cost your team the game and then complain about the refs. Because you have to learn how. Just like we need to control the referees trying to, take over the game. We need to control the players, and they need to have some type of restraint. And you can't be getting mad at any tic-tac foul. Like, you know what? Joel is a troll, and I love it. I love that he's become this troll where he can get in people's heads. Like, he's like a Gary Payton. He's like Gary Payton.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He just talks so much trash that he would get under your skin and you would do something stupid that cost yourself the game. Like, there's no reason that Spider should have been out that game except for his own doing.
That was funny, though. He's like,
yeah.
Like T?
Did you see him? Did you see him?
Like, that's what? No, I think that Donovan, here's the thing about Donovan. When I watched it, I was like, oh, Donovan's a nice guy. Like, I really thought that, like, I feel like he's a nice guy. What? I think he's a nice guy. But he's just like, he's not used to things not going his way. He's used to like being nice. Right. And he's just like, oh, dang, like you're going to give me a tech over a what? And then he felt like he didn't get a call down at the other end or whatever it was. But it's true. Like, if you're going to be the leader, you're going to be the man. You can't get ejected out of a close game.
In overtime.
For what? Just because you didn't like the call because they got too much. Because here's the thing, you complaining, had us go up like 4 more points or 5 points, whatever it was. Like, remember after those free throws at that tech, and then back again, it cost you even more points. So like, you helped us like build that lead. If you would have just shut up and just took the foul, y'all would have been probably even more competitive. Maybe I would have won. Who knows?
So Al is telling J. Crew to get it out of here with the negativity.
Yo, my boy Jay just he's just concerned. He's concerned.
Where's Andre at?
Is very accident hurt prone, kind of. But I'm with the positive vibes, man. Positivity.
Hey, he need help. Listen, Tony's asking for Al to help him because he feels like at the end of the day, like people are getting off of this train. We're giving up the whole farm. Listen, bros, get off of the heat ratio farm.
Listen, bro,
get off of that.
We can't give away all the chickens just for a couple eggs.
Just for a couple. Like, it's not, we're not even, and even if we make these deals, that doesn't even solidify that we actually win.
That's true, because here's the thing. The season is like, so say we get 200 players, whatever it is. They got to mesh together. We got to think about, it's a new scheme, a new team. Everything is very new. So now we're kind of gelling together. We're getting together. Here's the thing. If it doesn't work after this year or whatever it is, then okay, maybe make a move, maybe pick out one person and then add somebody else if that's what we want to do. But I feel like for right now, I think we got to just kind of go with our guns, because here's the thing too. Let me say this. So outside, of course, different, players playing together and that chemistry, more shooting, more defense, whatever you want to put in there.
Right.
Sometimes when it comes to a winning season and going to a championship, it's just a perfect storm. It's just the perfect collection of games and chemistries together at one time that reached, look, that Toronto Raptors, when Kawhi was on the team for 1 year, they won the chip. Look how Kawhi's playing right now, okay? Think back about when he was playing on the Raptors and what happened with that team. Kyle Lowry, Siakam, Ibaka,
Gasol,
right?
Green, Danny Green. The
So,
other Danny Green.
The other Danny Green, right. So just think about that perfect storm of players and everything that happened with them and how like that stupid shot that cost the Sixers that game. Just right.
You're three bounces away from being a champion. Did you know that?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, just think about that. Sometimes you can have all the pieces you think might get you to the promised land, but some teams just got it. Some teams, it's not necessarily always about that. Because I think we can get it together. We got to just be more consistent with our 3-point shooting. If we can be more consistent with the 3-point shooting and compete, like keep our 3-point percentage up,
right?
I think that we're going to be a true dominating team because we got JoJo down in the paint. We got defensive player. We got Ben.
Okay.
We got Toby who could contribute.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Danny and Seth play their roles. So I feel like, and we got a good bench. We have a solid bench. They competed against the Jazz. Like they
actually got a lead.
Yeah. So I think we have a good bench. So if we can just stay consistent with 3-point percentage and everyone plays defense, I think that we can have a chance with what we have right now.
Oh, listen to this. I'll take that chip. We died for our sins already. Listen, Tony, I get it, man. I understand.
Man, what's up?
Tony's upset because Tony had to deal with the process. He was alive and well for the AI time. He's still kind of butthurt about that. And I
get it. Listen, I get it. The heartbreak, man. The 0-1 finals. Sick. Listen, I was a little kid. I was like sick to my stomach, upset. So I totally get it.
Hey, listen. They saying you're ready for half court heat. I think you're ready too.
What's up? I'm ready. Whatever it is, I'm on it, Tony. Let's go. Let's do
we
it.
got another comment coming in. So we're not going to talk about the Philly curse. The Philly.
That's true.
There's not a Philly curse.
No, there is.
No, it's not because the Phillies won a championship.
In 2008.
Okay.
Or whatever the crap that was. That was a grip ago.
When was
over 10 plus
The
years.
Eagles just won a championship.
It's true, but here's the thing. Consistently with the teams that we've had, we should have more.
Okay. But like you said, perfect storm.
I agree. I'm gonna
use your own words against you.
I agree, but I do think, Sarah, that there is a thing that's a Philly curse. I feel like in Philly, it's always something always happens. I do think
that's life.
Just like here's the thing, you can even contribute. You can even say that stupid 3-thing bounce for Kawhi. That was a Philly curse, man. How does that even happen? It wasn't in Philly, but how does that happen? Like we were there.
It just happens.
It's like mind you, Ben was on him and somebody else was on him, and he still got it off and bounced.
You ever just heard it's just meant to be like everything worked out.
The perfect storm.
The perfect storm. I'm using your own words against you.
Fine, but I do kind of agree with that. Only because I guess growing up here, it's like you always kind of felt to like, oh, I know something's gonna happen. I know something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's the feeling you get.
That's a Donnie Trump thing. Like bad things happen in Philly.
Oh my God, stop.
That's what that is. That's what you feel. Like don't buy into the hype. Don't buy into the hype.
I'm just saying, as a Philly fan, you have anxiety. Oh crap, like we're doing well, like crap, like you're like shaking the chair, like, something's going good, like something's gonna happen. But you know
oh
what I
my
mean?
God, that's terrible.
I'm here for it, but it is a
I'm not
storm.
here for what she's saying.
Storm. It is a perfect storm.
I'm not here for it. You guys,
all right, fine.
If you talk it into existence,
are you ready?
It will happen.
All right, Jay, let's talk all positive vibes.
Positive vibes. Positive vibes. Let's talk about KD. There's no KD, no problem. And it seems to me right now that the Nets are looking good. I've been very critical on the Nets as well on different shows, and I know I'm probably about to catch some flack for it. But I'm not afraid of the Nets, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Why? Please tell me. I would love to hear this.
Addition by subtraction.
No, facts, because they don't have defense now. They don't have rebounding.
And like I've been saying this, I've been kind of waiting to see how the Sixers would how they would come back on somebody if they got down. It's easy to stay in the game with somebody, but when you're starting to get kind of blowed out and the game's kind of getting out of hand, how do you respond? And we have said in the last couple weeks that under Brett Brown, the Sixers lose those tight games. When they come back, they've kind of pushed it back. Yeah. But with Doc, he's actually able to either draw up something to kind of push that momentum and push the run so they can continue to go. But we're actually watching them actually get to a point now where they're able to weather the storm of somebody's run. He's able to make halftime adjustments. He's able to kind of manufacture some type of momentum with sometimes just a change of a player. Like Thibault, for whatever reason, he's not a great scorer, but his defense ignites the rest of the guys to kind of play defense. And they've struggled with the pick and roll. And with the pick and roll we talked about a couple weeks ago, the pick and roll is basically just effort. Right. How can you hedge? Can you get out on the man? Then can you get out? Then for a big man, for Joel, if you have to do it all game, Utah makes you play the pick and roll all game.
But that's all they do.
That's all they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they hoping that they beat one of the big men to the basket. And if somebody cheats over to stop them, they kick it out to one of the 3-point shooters. That is their game plan. And I think.
And they can make those threes.
Yes.
And they can make those threes. That's the important thing.
And contested threes as well. So,
oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what are we saying? Are we saying now that, we know that Philly can weather that storm? They just beat the best team in the West.
Right.
Best team in the West. Best team in the West. But they just beat them, and I'm excited. So I don't want anybody to try to knock me off my high horse right now. That's why the KD guys, they don't scare me because they haven't played together yet.
Right.
And until they play together, I won't have a fear. It's like the boogeyman. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman.
You just know about it.
I know about it.
You know it can come out maybe.
I never seen him.
Right.
Not personally.
I get it. The thing with the Nets is, okay, obviously you got to respect KD. You got to respect KD no matter what. I'm ready for the Heat. Yeah, yes, I am. Listen, I'm ready for whatever. So let's do it.
Let's do
it. So KD, you got to respect him. He's KD. You know what I mean? Like his scoring is crazy. He's just Kevin Durant. He's like a phenomenon on his own. Cool. James Harden, I'm not really a James Harden fan. Anyone who knows me from my other show, from anything I do, they know that James Harden, I respect him just for the shooting, but I'm not really a big fan of his. I feel like he's just kind of like a gun.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He just kind of just always throws it up, and he's not really a team player.
True.
But apparently this season he's leading the league in assists, so that's cool. Good
yes,
for him.
That's true.
I'm gonna give him his props on that. But besides that, and then Kyrie, I feel like Kyrie, he's very talented ball handler, kind of scorer, but Kyrie is too much about Kyrie. So I feel like that kind of gets in the way of his game at times, in my opinion. So with all that being said, I think that the Nets obviously are a crazy offensive arsenal.
They are,
right? But here's my thing. Here's what I want to say. What I've been saying. You don't know this because it's my first show with you. But in general, this is what I've been saying.
Okay, I'm hearing. I'm here for it.
Putting up 35, putting up 40, putting up, 50, whatever you want to put up, does not mean you're going to win the game. So just because y'all all put up 40, that don't mean you're going to win the game.
Especially if you give up 200.
That's what I'm saying. So with that being said, yes, offensive arsenal, but basketball is a team sport. It is not about, of course, people want to say, Jordan took over, whatever they want to say, all these comparisons.
Jordan was cut from a different cloth.
Right. So whatever you want to compare it to, people always got to throw in all that. Like everyone has number one, number two, all that, whatever. Either way, that scoring a lot doesn't equal wins. Harden used to throw up 40 on the Rockets. He used to throw up 42, 35, 37, whatever he did that night.
Triple-double guy.
Right. And they wouldn't win like that.
Same thing with Russell.
Right.
Westbrook.
So it's
triple-double guy.
Exactly. So what matters is your team play, your team flow offensively, and defense. That's big.
Defense still wins championships, guys.
Right.
I don't know if anybody knows. I got to tell Tony and them that defense still wins championships.
Exactly. So you can have, and it's great, obviously, to make shots, you need the shots. But the thing about team basketball is you got to make the team flow, and everyone needs to try to get shots. Yes, when it comes down to it, you want your star player to get the ball. Just for example, I'm just because this made me mad. This kind of grinded my gears a little bit.
Oh, Peter Griffin grinding her gears.
Grinding my gears. The other night I was watching the Clippers versus who they played the other night. They played they lost. Clippers against the.
Don't get me the line. Somebody help us out.
Who did the Clippers play the other night? They lost. I forget, but whatever. The Clippers played the other night and they lost the game. So the Celtics. It was the Clippers and the Celtics.
Okay.
So Ty Lue is obviously the coach of the Clippers. So I'm seeing his coaching style. I'm not really liking it. Just sidebar.
Step over guy.
Yeah, exactly. So Paul George obviously is the guy because Kawhi was out, right?
Yes.
So it's like a minute left. Paul George has a chance at an open three. He misses it. Okay, fine. He misses it. But he was kind of ice cold the whole night. The whole second half, he wasn't doing nothing.
Okay.
So it comes down to a minute. They draw up a play. He gets an open three. He misses it, right? Okay, so he misses it. He's been cold all night. So now they score again. They get the ball back again. Ty Lue draws up another play. Paul George again. Another three, and he misses it. He missed like 2 threes in a row before he made one, and then he missed another one. And if they would have just drove a play for someone else, someone who's been hot that night, an easy 2, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to play hero ball and all this gunning up threes because you want to win the game and you want to tie it up, like be smart. You got 30 seconds on the clock. Get an easy 2, play defense, get a steal.
I agree.
So my thing with all the saying is Ty Lue and the Clippers were so just focused on Paul George, because he's Paul George, they didn't even make the smart basketball play and let somebody else make a shot, make a two, contribute. Yes, you always say, I want to live and die by my star player. But make it make sense. If someone is ice cold, Jason Tatum, LeBron, anybody, yes, of course you want your probability to go up because they might make the shot. But if someone has been hot all night and they have an open shot, a better look, give that person a look. Just because he's Paul George doesn't mean he should take the shot. I think that cost them the game because he missed so many open threes, but other people could have better shots.
Just a shout out, just real quick. I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole real quick, but I need to say this. This is for Tony. This is for Tony and everybody who knows Tony Heat Ratio. Kyrie is a head case and a stiff. I'm going to say it. Dude's a head case. He's always wanting to do something controversial. Like, not even to the point where it's like he's doing things intentionally to draw attention off of what's actually happening on the court. And I'm okay with him saying the thing about, like Kobe being the logo and all that stuff. I'm okay with all that. Like, but at the same time, bro, let's talk about your play. Like, how are you going to react? Because we know that you're a A-type personality. And are you going to give Big Brother his due when he gets back out there? Because Big Bro going to want it. KD demands respect. He's going to demand all that. Right. He's going to want all that. And so if you can't give it to him and you can't submit to anybody, because James Harden is a better player
than Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
to me, like historically, yes, he's a better player. And what we're seeing from James Harden is actually really scary. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Because James Harden is actually playing defense. And I've been very critical on James Harden because all he does is, flop and do all this. But man, we're seeing him drop dimes like it's going out of style, man. Dude is doing something we've never seen from him.
He's playing more unselfish. He's playing like this is a team. Let me play for the team instead of just gunning up shots.
You said he's a stiff. Yeah, he's a stiff. We said it. He's a stiff.
But yeah, didn't mean to go on a rant about the Paul George, but like
no, that makes sense.
But this is just my point in saying of like star players sometimes and who gets the ball and who does well, especially with those three.
Yes.
It's just like sometimes, yes, they are the name, they are the star, but it's all about who has the rhythm, who has the best shot. It's a team sport. You live like when you get a win, like it's not, Paul George won tonight. It's the Clippers won tonight.
This is true.
So it's like, yes, I get it. You want the higher probability of the star to take something when it came down to that moment, they getting the money. But just like with the Raptors, they've done so many times, like players that aren't their main people take the last shot, make the shot, and win them the game.
Yes.
Because they got the open, better shot. And they're just as capable. They're NBA players.
It's like John Paxson with Jordan. Right. And like hitting the shot, or Steve Kerr or whoever. Like
they're just as capable. They're NBA players. These ain't scrubs. They're on the floor too.
Especially when you're wide open. You practice that shot every day. Everybody's been in their driveway with 3 seconds left. Right. And you pass the ball off the wall to yourself. Everyone has practiced that shot. I know that I know everybody. If you're a little boy, you're playing in your yard, or girl, and you're playing in your yard. Mm-hmm. We want to be inclusive here. Okay. Like if you get you're playing in your yard, you get that last shot. And normally Michael Jordan was throwing me the ball because that was we grew up in the Jordan era. So Jordan was always fast. They was always double teaming Jordan. He would throw it over to me, and I would hit the jump shot every time. Normally it'd be around for 3 or 4 feet, so I couldn't miss it. But it was always a momentum booster. And then you get in the NBA and you finally get that opportunity. These guys live their whole life for that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, give the guys a shot. Like we live in a world where Van Vliet is a good player, and he's the most unlikely if you look at him.
Oh yeah, I mean his journey to the NBA was not unlikely. Like no, he didn't even get drafted.
It's unlikely, and then now say, okay, he's a leader of a team.
Right, he's getting paid now.
Yeah,
he's shown that his worth. He's shown he can play, he can contribute.
Yeah,
and every guy wants that opportunity because you might not know what you have in your team, so you give him a chance to step up. Now I get it. It was like Game 7, and you know what I mean. You're drawing up a play. Okay, yeah, grow up Paul George. You know what I mean? He's there, y'all guy. That's cool. But like, just like for all these games, it's like the star doesn't always have to take that shot. If it doesn't make sense. Like if they're not open or if they've been cold all night.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because it's like, I get it, you're the star, but if you have been bricking half the night, you present like, I don't know.
There's some players I do trust more though. I will say there's some players
I can see that.
Like JoJo, and from like this year, like I trust him a lot.
He's been phenomenal. He's been crazy.
I trust him a lot.
I can see that. But with Paul George, the way he's played this season,
playoff P.
Right. I wouldn't trust, his kind of in clutch moment. Because I mean, even in the bubble, he wasn't clutch.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would trust all that right now. Now Kawhi, I mean, we've seen.
Yeah,
we've seen
I don't. Yeah, that dude's he's a weirdo, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like Kawhi. So we're gonna transition real quick. So we're talking about Kawhi. We're talking about some of the top players. We all know it's All-Star weekend. It's a weird All-Star weekend
in Atlanta, in the A.
and somebody's gonna come back with COVID. It's gonna happen.
I mean, Atlanta's been open. I was just in Atlanta like 2 months ago. Safely, of course.
COVID.
Safely. I had my mask. But people weren't wearing their masks. But Atlanta's a nice city. But
it is a nice city.
Back to the All-Star game. So yeah, it's All-Star game. Leonard.
He's telling somebody to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
I hate when they do that. It's a team sport and they're all professionals. I agree, Sarah. 100%.
I don't even know how you can see that. I can't even see that.
You wear glasses?
Oh, I don't, but I should.
Oh, no, Lou should have went for twos. It was much time left in the game to just take these. I completely agree. That's what I was saying. He shouldn't have did that. Go for the easy two. Definitely
hit the easy two. Al is telling somebody to subscribe. They'll hit that subscribe button and hit the alert. Please hit the bell so you can know when we're going live.
Is 50th in the league in clutch shooting this year. Wow, that's an interesting stat. I didn't know that.
That is interesting. Oh, he's on. Listen, guys, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all that. Leave your comments. We are here for it. We're gonna transition. It's All-Star weekend.
Yep.
So there were some snubs. Technically. There were some technical snubs that ended up not being snubs, and I'm just gonna do one because we've been on the NBA for quite some time. So I'm gonna do my one,
okay,
and I'm gonna give you one. So I guess my snub. He's not really a snub, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. And I don't want to stay. I'm gonna let you take him because I know who you're gonna pick. So I'm gonna take Tobias Harris.
Okay, yeah, he was snubbed.
I think he was snubbed because, I know like we're kind of like we're kind of a prisoner of the present. We kind of get wrapped up in what somebody's currently doing or whatever, and we just kind of remember like what they were. And we don't give people like the opportunity to kind of be year to year the better player.
Right.
And we got a Tobias Harris a couple years ago that we thought was going to be really, really good. And it didn't really work out that way at first. His pops came back now. Doc's here. Daddy's home. And Tobias is playing like maybe he's worth the money.
No, he is playing really well.
He's playing really well.
Obviously, I didn't really watch him when he played on the Pistons because it's the Pistons. But
he played with the Clippers.
No, he played with the Pistons.
Oh, the Pistons. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. True.
No, but you're right. No, he did. And I didn't watch him really on either of those because I mean, I'm not paying attention too much to other stuff. But the hype was there. I know the hype was there for him.
Right.
And then when he came, he kind of like, but now he got his little suction cup all the time. You see him?
I don't. Cup? He looks like he got attacked by a squid.
everyone like every look. I'm like, I wonder if that hurts. But apparently it doesn't hurt. Anyway, sidebar. But now he's balling. He's doing good.
But he got snubbed.
Yeah, I think he did.
And now Dan is saying, okay, well, who are you dropping? I don't care who we drop. To be honest with you, I'm tired of hearing this stuff about you got to drop somebody. This is a weird year. It's COVID. They could have as many players.
I'm going to say we dropping Jaylen Brown, okay? Celtics, that's our rivals. We dropping Jaylen just for the fact that it's the Celtics, so we dropping Jaylen. I'm not saying he deserves it because he deserves to be an all-star, but I'm saying if it was up to me, if Toby could get in, or drop Sabonis and put in, Sabonis is carrying the Pacers. I guess we can't drop him either. Well, I'm going to still go with.
We just beating them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
All right, well, he can get dropped.
All right, he can get dropped.
Big bait take little bait.
All right, babe.
So,
bet it.
So who you got?
Who got snubbed? Who did you think? I want to know who you thought I was going to pick.
Booker. But he technically made it.
1,000%. Yeah, I mean, but he technically made it, so he's not snubbed anymore. But yeah, his initial snub was definitely a snub. My man, Devin Booker. Conley for you got picked today for the All-Star game. That is happening here. Wait, who's Conley taking over for?
I don't know. Somebody's opted out or something.
Zion has a hurt toe or something. He didn't play in the game last night against the Heat. So is that what's going on?
I don't know. I didn't look it up. I'm still mad about it now.
Here's the thing. We were just talking about this. Conley, for years in the league, played for the Grizzlies, was their guy. Was Zach Randolph was on the team. Gasol was on the team. Like, he was like their guy.
He was their guy.
So he kind of has deserved maybe an all-star spot at one point in time in his Grizzlies career, the way he carried the team. So I feel like he kind of has been owed an all-star spot. So if Conley did get an all-star spot over someone, he's been in the league a while, 13 years. So
that's a big deal.
And we're talking about how Some players never get all-star. Like, never. That deserve it.
It's kind of weird that we were just talking about that, though.
That is coming up. I know, right? Then I see it into existence and I like put it out there.
That happened earlier. You saw that before you came on.
I didn't see anything. I promise. I didn't even know. But what was I saying? Sabonis is a beast. Yeah, he's a beast. D-Book is hurt. Oh, dang. Damn.
They just put a whole damper on me, Jacob. Thanks a lot. You just ruined my night.
Dang, Jakey.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
Now Conley over Harris is a joke. Well, yeah, at this time it is a joke. At this point in time,
Harris at this segue, yes.
Harris deserves it over Conley right now. But I'm saying in terms of people who don't get ever picked, Conley has kind of been passed over at a point in his career. Yes,
Dan, I agree with you for once.
What did Dan say? Not Conley over Harris.
Yeah, it is a joke. And to Alfred, to you again, man. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button since you're making all the comments and you got some heat coming out. Dame should have been a starter. Yes.
Well, that's what LeBron thinks too. So you and LeBron in the same field. LeBron's like, yeah, Dame time, man. Never appreciated, which is true. Dame ain't appreciated.
But checking out, like, what other players got their own time?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I feel like I go to sleep and I had these dreams about this Boat 24. Like, I don't even know what the hell Boat 24 actually is.
Me neither.
But I want it because I see Dame on it, and I feel like if I go get some Dame time juice, I'm gonna play like Dame.
I'm gonna play like Dame is crazy. He's been though. The Blazers are always slept on. The Blazers are always like sleepy in the West.
They are. I gotta give you that. They are always slept on in the West, and that's just kind of where we at. So I'm gonna segue this real quick to our moment. So we haven't done a segue like this, a segment like this, and this is for my girl Carm, as I know she's gonna be ready for this. Let's see. There we go.
Okay, welcome to Who Got the Bag. All right, welcome. It's brand new. It's a new year. It's a new segment.
We're doing new things.
Right, exactly. So, who got the bag? So, this segment every week we're gonna talk about somebody, not just sports, because of course people think who got the bag. You think about the money, the bread, the cheddar. No.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about maybe possibly someone who got money, but we're gonna talk about someone in culture, media, sports, who's doing something great, who's getting it popping, who's, they're lit, they're doing stuff, they're on the map. Pretty much. So that's what Who Got the Bag's going to be about. So for this week's Who Got the Bag, my choice, and Jay has one too, but mine is Devin Booker. Okay, my man D-Book, icy. Ice cold, ice in his veins. He's not deloading. He's D-Book, but he still has ice.
He's a part of Beige Nation. Right. Shout out to Beige Nation, my people.
Yo, here we go. Oh my Lord, with this beige talk.
It's Beige Nation. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So, okay, Devin Booker. Why is he getting the bag? Number one, Devin Booker is now an all-star for the second year in a row. Now, some of you might say out there that he didn't get voted as an all-star outright, which is true. But like we spoke about a little earlier, people do not get voted all-star at all in their career. And D-Book, in the past second year, he's made it where he rightfully belongs. Now, yes, he should have got voted outright, but he still makes it. And when it comes down to it, when they talk about who's been an all-star in their career, Devin Booker's going to have that on his resume. So even though he didn't make it outright, he still made it. So he's getting it back in that way. Secondly, D-Book, he is one of the few players in the league who has a female agent. Shout out to D-Book. I think that's progressive.
It is.
Agent.
All inclusive.
Yeah, exactly. So in the league, there's probably about 3 women agents that, have the clients in the NBA. And D-Book is one of them, which I think is progressive and great. So I'm going to give him a shout out for that. And then besides that, D-Book gives back to his community. He's very involved in the Phoenix charities and things of that nature. What did we talk about, Jay? He won I wrote this down. He won make sure he received the NBA Cares Community Assist Award in 2019.
Yes.
So I like that. For me, D-Book, I love him as a player. I think he's definitely he always flies under the radar. He's great. He's an all-star this year, second year in a row. He deserved it. Number 2, his agent, his mindset, and then hitting him in charity work. So D-Book to me this week and just in general is getting the bag.
I mean, I thought that you had more than that for me. You gave me this. I thought you were going to be like, yo, he saved 2 small babies from getting hit or call a baby out.
Here's the thing, though. Think about I mean, obviously not everyone is out there in the media with the things that they do.
Right.
But think about the people that have this platform, that have these things at their disposal and don't do anything. So
true, very true. I'm not going to take that away from you because you're saying something that's very, very progressive, especially with the agent thing. I think because like any type of representation for anybody outside of the normal, that is the big thing. I know back in the past, like they have these mega agents, and they got of course there's Rich Paul and he got his guys. So those are some guys that they give us that representation. And now we're getting to see somebody say, you know what? Well, I think there's a young lady that can possibly come into this world and do something in the NBA world. I mean, and make a splash. And especially she's going in there and she's demanding the right amount of money, and
damn right.
Everything. I think that is super progressive.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry too. I forgot to ask. Oh, and just to say how D-Book's in the bag, his team is number 2 in the West. D-Book got drafted to the Suns, okay, has kept his head down, has been there for the tough times of being a Phoenix Sun, and now he got Chris Paul. Now they're doing something. He's number 2 in the West, and he deserves it. They're balling, and he's been balling, so he's getting the credit he deserves. So that's why he's definitely getting the bag, number 2 in the West. When's the last time the Suns been number 2 in the West? Let's think about this. The Steve Nash days.
With Mario there with Sean Marion,
with my boo Diaw, Raja Bell.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay,
that's true.
So who's getting the bag? Devin Booker.
I mean, that's also because they got Chris Paul too.
No, it's true, but here's the thing.
Chris Paul.
He's kept his head down and he's been there rocking and holding the team down. Like last year in the bubble, he took them straight undefeated in the bubble.
That's true. I can't argue with that. That's big facts.
I mean,
that's a fact.
He got Chris Paul, but I mean, everybody else got a number 2. Why can't D-Book have a number 2? Ayton wasn't cutting, so he wanted to come in and shake it up. And Chris Paul is a vet, and that's what he's there for.
That is what he's there for.
So, boom.
I think Chris Paul is always an all-star, but I think they won't really realize his greatness until he's gone.
Oh yeah, he's one of those. So I agree completely.
He's gonna they're gonna realize damn, he was legitimately a perennial, probably top 5 point guards ever to play.
Yeah,
and that list is so hard to make
for a point guard, for a true pure point guard. Because let's say where the league is going, it's kind of people always throw in people who aren't really pure point guards, like a Chris Paul. Yeah, you know what I mean. He's
legit. The only other ones I can think of off the top is Isaiah, Magic. I'm gonna miss somebody. I know I am. Somebody gonna get mad at me. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna take those 2. So nobody can get mad about me saying those 2. You got Taj Felix saying, "Yo, what's up, Carm?"
Hey TJ.
We got some. So mine was I took Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal got to a bag, $72 million.
Talk about
contract extension. That's generational wealth to the point where you don't ever need to work again.
But I mean, think about Rudy Gobert's contract, okay? That's $325 he got for 5 years.
I know. I don't care about Rudy Gobert.
I know, but no.
How much has he made already, though?
No facts. No, I'm not sure. That's a great question.
I don't know how much because these contract extensions, they really are magnificent because because at the end of the day, we don't know how much is guaranteed or what he's going to get, and a lot of this money in NBA is guaranteed. So for Bradley Beal, who was in a market that is decent. Washington's a decent sized market. But they be getting this type of money, and for what he's doing this year, the numbers that he's putting up, it's reminding me of an Iverson year.
Yeah. When
they were struggling, they didn't have everybody, but he's still putting things together, and he's making a Harden year. Harden just scoring all these points, and it's people are looking at him and Bill has played so well that he's being looked at. It's let's trade for him to send him somewhere where he can win.
Right.
Before they said the same thing about Booker, your guy. They were saying, okay, well, Booker needs to get out of Phoenix.
Yeah, because we feel bad for Booker. We feel bad for Bradley because he is balling. He's balling so hard. I hate to use that.
Yeah. But these guys playing this way will attract people to come play with them.
Right.
Just completely. Like Iverson. Iverson, when he was balling like that, he attracted some players. They got some players into Philly. I wish they would have got some better players.
Right.
But his being so good and being gritty, being a dog, that is making people want to come play. And I hope that Bradley Beal gets some help soon. Bradley, I hope help is on the way, brother. I don't know if it is,
and
but
you would think that Russell Westbrook was his help, but I guess not.
Russell can't win nothing. I don't know. Oh man.
NFL just hired first woman ref also after me. Yep, I saw that.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
They need to. It's about time. It's about dang time. Okay. All this stuff that's happening, it should have been happening. Here's the thing. Why does gender have to do with making a call. Like, because I'm not a female, and I don't run the full, I don't have a football league of my own to play in. I can't understand what a call is and what things are.
I mean, I guess
especially basketball too. Like, they're just starting to give female refs. It's just like, come on, like. This is not like this. Honestly, if you think about it, this isn't really progressive. You guys are behind. This is behind the times. Like, we have a woman vice president. Like, let's get it together.
Yes.
Okay? And I get it. Certain things, obviously, it's different perspectives because men to women, it's just different. We're different.
Right.
But in terms of watching people play, knowing the rules of a game, and understanding what's a foul and what's not, it's not necessarily rocket science. It's judgment and it's knowing the rules.
Right. So, all right. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Okay.
About the NBA, and we'll get the NFL stuff.
Okay.
So, but Jabril made a very good point.
Melo will bring players to Charlotte. Yeah.
Listen, I wish I had like a little spotlight and I could turn the rest of my lights down so I could go into this moment.
So you can have like your little like.
I want to have my monologue, and this is what needs to be said about Melo.
Okay.
We have given.
LaMelo.
We have given. He mellowed to me too.
Oh.
It's taking me two mellows.
Okay.
Mellow is
that's
stay
slander.
mellow.
That's slander.
No, it's not.
He's not mellow. He's the lemon.
No, he's like Carmelo is stay mellow.
Okay.
And then
there's mellow.
LaMelo Ball is mellow to me.
Okay. All right.
Or we can do Mellow Jr. or something. I don't care what we do.
Little mellow.
So I am on a. This is my tiny violin. We gave LeVar so much grief. They called him all kind of names. They said he was going to have his kids, put in a bad position.
Yeah.
Listen, any rookie that comes into the league is going to have a target on their back, no matter what it is, because the older guys, they don't want anybody new coming in taking their thunder. But what I will say about this is the attention that these boys have had on them since they were LaMelo was 14 years old when they started winning state championships. So he's had a lot of pressure on him, and I think he's dealt with the pressure. His kids don't talk. Like LeVar's kids, they don't say much outside of post game when they have to talk about it. But they're both all very quiet. Even I don't even know if LiAngelo can actually talk. Like, I've never actually heard him say actual real words. It's only been like noises and grunts. But for the rest of them, they really don't talk much. They're not bad kids. They're not out here causing a lot of ruckus. They're, the criticism that they have received, I think, has been unfounded because people don't like his father. But in the, the culture that we live in, there's not a lot of black fathers.
Right.
And anytime that, that are, very vocal, not that they're not around, but they're not very vocal when it comes to the kids' sports. And when they do, they're ostracized. Tiger Woods' father, Serena Williams' father. All these guys these players that are going to be great, their parents said it first. Because if you don't believe in yourself, right, who else is going to believe in you?
I can agree.
So that is my moment for LaMelo Ball. Yes, I hope LaMelo Ball comes out and he has his great career. I hope he brings all these players to Charlotte. Yeah. And I'm from South Carolina, so I'm hoping that the Hornets have a great years coming up. And yeah, I just want to put that out there. That's good point, Jabril. I appreciate that.
No, I definitely agree that kid can ball. He's nice. He's definitely nice, and he's proven himself to be a great player just on his own merits. And what bothers me too, and I think this happens with anybody, with anything, siblings. The comparisons with LaMelo and with Lonzo and Stephen A. Smith, like, yeah, LaMelo Ball is what we expected Lonzo Ball to be. It's just like, I understand that point.
How though?
But it's like we didn't though, because they're kind of different. They're different. Like even before when LaMelo was overseas, we saw him kind of exploding, kind of going to the rag, doing his layups. You kind of see he was a little more flary. And Lonzo, even when he played for UCLA, he was kind of like a passer. He was trying to be a true point guard, like pass first mentality.
Yes.
So we already knew they were going to be different. And I think, like you said, because of the hype of LeVar, people were very expecting a lot from Lonzo. But I don't think Lonzo did bad. I think he started out like kind of like some rookies start out. They need a little more time to kind of get their motion, get their feel of the league. And, it's different. So LaMelo, he played in Europe, and I think he kind of just has that confidence in himself that he just kind of came out the gates like running.
Well, think about it. He's been a professional for 3 years already.
Right. And
he's at the same level, like professionally, he's at the same level as his
Lonzo,
brother.
Right, yeah. And then think about this. When Lonzo got drafted, he got drafted to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
And that's a way bigger mountaintop to kind of climb and a way bigger bar that's set for you than LaMelo, who's in Charlotte. Not to say that obviously Charlotte is the NBA, it's a franchise, but it's not the Lakers.
No.
So it's a totally different vibe. It's totally different expectation. Like, and on the Hornets, they're probably like, I hope this kid can just play. On the Lakers, it's like, what can you do to contribute to the Lakers dynasty? You know what I mean?
It is a different
vibe.
ass.
It's a different vibe.
It's a different ass.
So this comparison, but this happens with all siblings, with Venus and Serena. Anybody who's a sibling in the league gets compared, and that's always going to happen.
For sure.
Because this is sports media, and people are going to do it.
That's what they're going to do.
Right. But I feel like LaMelo, he definitely is. He got the talent. Like, he's a star. Like, I definitely can see that. And when I see this tape, I was like, oh, he's good. And now he's proving that. He's not scared.
I think I noticed it in the Drew League. I think once I saw him in the Drew League and I really saw him giving buckets to grown, like the American guys, I was like, oh, yeah.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be ready.
Yeah.
And then he grew. Like, he just sprouted. And, like, a lot of times people don't really understand when it comes to growing, man. Growing makes a big difference. When you grow, like, confidence goes up. Once you get past that awkward dough stage, like, where you really don't know what your arms and legs are doing. But once you get past that, like, I do think that there is definitely some added value when you grow from 6'4" to 6'7". Mm-hmm. And I really think he's closer to 6'8", but they haven't. And he's still growing. Like, he's still a child.
I mean, he's on, what is he, 19? He's 18 or 19?
He's a child.
Yeah.
Like, that kid's a child. He's a kid. He's a
teen.
He's a teen. And he's got some swag. You can see it, too. Like, when he does stuff, like, he throw the ball behind his back and they'll get picked off or something like that. You'll see his lack of age. But that is his upside is so high. Like, his ceiling is so high. Like, it's like, it would do nothing. If I was a Charlotte fan, it would do nothing but make me smile knowing that I got that guy. You got Bridges. They got some pieces. So Charlotte is going to they're going to be, in the next couple of years, they're going to be like the Pelicans are starting to become now.
Right.
All those young guys are starting to finally find their way. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, I'd say we're going to be doing it. So I'm going to segue.
They expected him not to be ready.
Yeah.
He was
ready.
Can I just say that I was cracking up when they did the All-Star picking last night? LeBron had on that do-rag. I'm like, LeBron, like, you could just take that do-rag off.
No, he needed to keep it.
No, I know, because of the hair.
Yeah, it's like
the missingness.
It's like
the kind of
I can't do too much talking because I'm starting to get a sunroof.
But here's the thing, like, here's my thing with that. If you're going by KD got the same stuff. It's like he had the beanie on. They got the same situation. It just as a woman's perspective, if you're going bald, if you're hitting if the airline is kind of like about to open up, you know, like the landing spot.
Oh no, there. Don't do them like that.
I'm just saying, I think that, you know, it's just the good old shave off can look great. I've like it can be beneficial. I don't think it can be beneficial. The hair is like kind of, it's just not a good look.
Like, I hate it when you see dudes like they'll have the full out afro and then the sunroof.
Yeah,
it's just like,
because it's not a good look. It's kind of like,
we call it the nest.
Yeah,
it's like where the birds perch, but it looks like a full nest everywhere else.
Can you think I can feel the air? Like, feel the
I can feel
the missingness of the hair.
I can feel it. That's why I wear hats on.
Okay,
I know it's up there. I know.
So, like, when do you think you're gonna like just
if it comes down a little bit more, like if it starts to, it's just thin now. It's just thin.
So what is it about holding on to it?
Because I think when you lose it, like, I'm already getting gray in my beard, so I think once I lose it,
so sometimes it's not about age; it's about your genetics. You just lose things.
But if the gray comes and then I get bald, it'll make me feel older.
Okay, I got you.
Then, you know, kind of got dad bod going on because I'm a dad.
You are? Okay.
And you're dad. Like, you don't want to lose it all. Like, you still want a little bit of your swagger.
What is it? Sunroof, little fiber.
Listen, you spray a little bit of that, you know, that Beijing on there. You know, me and Al talk about the Beijing.
He's LeBron. He can do whatever he wants, bro. He's the king. I understand he's the king, but like, he could at least just kind of.
I didn't mind the do-rag.
His little hair for a second. I just wanted to see, like, I just didn't like to see do-rag personally. I was just like, come on, LeBron.
I mean, he's chilling. Like, nobody said nothing when Curry showed up with braids at the draft. When they was doing the lottery picks, he just showed up with braids all of a sudden. Remember, he had that little ugly afro. When Steph Curry had the little ugly fro at first, and then it was like kind of like a high top, but it grew out, and then he ended up getting braids for the draft pick. When nobody said nothing about his little weak braids.
I mean, listen, that's braids. At least it's his hair.
Yo, a do-rag is a part of the culture, all right? Everybody, fine. You ain't say no way. I was wearing a do-rag. You probably was somewhere like, oh, AI fine. Like, everybody was thinking AI was fine in this little do-rag.
You're right about that.
Exactly. Every woman that I knew.
You're right. But look, I mean, I guess I'm always a little hard on LeBron. But I guess you're right. You're right. I'll let you have it.
Let that man live, man.
I'll bang the gavel. All right, fine.
Let him live. All right, gonna move. We're gonna transition. So we're gonna jump into some of the NFL draft stuff, man. We're doing this 3-part series. We're at I think it's part 2 now. So we're at part 2. I know I still got part 1 on the top, but it's at part 2 of the draft series. We're gonna do notable DBs and notable running backs. And I know we broke it down to some ones. I know it's not your go-to, but I know you did hard work.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I watch football.
I know you got it, so I'm not even worried about it. So I'm gonna let you go first. I know you got it.
All right.
Who'd you
take? Patrick Surtain, Bama. Okay. Defensive back. So are we talking about? Wait, let's talk about how Jordan Clarkson hair grew overnight. Yo, he has the little side, like little boy braids, kind of. He has like the part in the middle and like the.
That's the Cali braids.
Yeah.
Cali braids.
I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty cute on him. I'm not gonna lie.
Infamous do.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a good point out. I like that. I appreciate that. That made me feel good about myself knowing that you saw that.
How LeBron and Tiger don't get hair replacement is beyond me. I guess. I agree. Like, why not? Hair. This is true. LeBron got
because you don't want to.
He spends $10 million on just his physical upkeep. Like
I know, but you can't. If you're spending $10 million on like cryotech and stuff like that, and putting your body in the freezer every night, then you really. It's like I imagine that LeBron James, as soon as he gets home, he puts himself in a mummy cast,
and he's just like,
and it's like he's on like one of those what is it, like little like glider things, and he doesn't really move his arms or his legs because he's trying to preserve. Like singers, they don't really talk out loud when they're not singing; they just kind of like whisper, like it's vocal rest. Yeah. He's doing body rest, and it's like he's in a mummification.
I can see that.
I can see that. Like Tom Brady. Like I don't think Tom Brady's a real person outside of football. Like I think he's legitimately.
He's just trying to like upkeep his body so he can play.
I think they freeze him until the
then
until the season.
Back,
yeah, he just comes back. So he's not actually aging because his body's frozen.
He does look really good. Like
his face doesn't age.
He doesn't look like he's getting that old.
He's not a real person. I'm convinced. He's not a real human.
Okay. Colin Sexton, best hair. Colin Sexton.
We're never going to get to the NFL because they're talking about everybody's hair.
I mean, sorry guys, I brought up the hair thing. Had to, but yeah,
that's your fault.
I know. I'm sorry.
You had to bring up his do-rag, and this is what happens when you do stuff like this. All right, now we got to get.
All right.
What did you learn about my guys?
Okay, so
I'm judging you over here too. I'm letting you know.
I'm
judging
me. Okay, hold on. So we like doing where I think he's gonna go.
It could be where he's going to go. Anything that you want to point out about him. I know that people are really high on Surtain. So. Yeah,
well, because his dad played for the Dolphins. His dad was the same position as him, defensive back, and he played for the Kansas City Chiefs as well. Okay. And I know he's very he's very aggressive in terms of like his tackling. He's kind of like a straight-on tackler, open field.
Yes.
And besides that, hold on, I have some stats. I wrote down some stats. So he's a big hitter. He breaks up passes. So in his junior season, which is this season that he just played because he's a junior, he's declaring to the draft now.
Yes.
So he allowed 25 yards receiving on fewer 10 to he allowed 25 yards receiving on fewer in 10 to 13 games.
That's just true.
Right.
He's a Bama guy, yeah.
Right.
They don't mess around.
Right. So Bama is like no joke.
Everybody knows no joke. And like he was like one of the cornerstones in their defense. So yes, that's all very good points.
Okay, good. And then the last thing I seen about him, well, first of all, I watched like some of his tapes.
Okay.
And he just seemed like every time he was like on somebody, it was like I never saw a flag on him. Like it was like he never got many flags. Like he just kind of like straight up just defensively, either he knocks the ball away or he kind of just gets in your face and makes you miss it. Or he does just a straight on tackle. You don't go nowhere. Like he's just kind of like on it, like concise.
Yes, he is that guy. So yes, I will submit to you. You are right about that because with Surtain, he's a physical DB. So he's physically gifted.
Very
he's strong.
Physical, yeah.
He's strong. He jams damn near everybody. No matter how big you are, he has really good speed, so he can catch up. And if you beat him, a lot of times he's just looking to tackle you. He's not looking to make the big pickoff play every time.
He has good vision. I feel like when he's running with you, like he just automatically kind of just know. I think he has just like a sense of like kind of like where to kind of look to either knock it away or just make or get in your face to where. I mean, one time he was like tackling somebody in the end zone and he just kind of got in their face. Like he put his hand like in his face as they were coming down, and then he just missed the catch.
Because they have to survive the ball. You have to survive the catch, and that's what a lot of things. I'm not really sure now, like how like DBs are playing, but. Like they don't really take in consideration. You have to survive the catch. Like even if you catch the ball, you have to take more than one step. If I'm a DB now, I'm letting you catch it and it's knocking it out your hand.
Right.
Like unless you're like one of these DeAndre Hopkins guys with like these huge mitts for no reason. Yeah, I'm trying to knock it out your hand.
Like Little Giants when he put the John.
The glue in his hands.
The glue in his hands, and he's like.
Yeah.
And then it's like you catch it, and he's like this, and it
couldn't do anything with it. That's where we're at.
That kind of thing.
So that's what you got for Patrick Surtain.
I mean, Pretty much, he's he was a 3-year starter at Bama, and that's like the main thing I got about him.
That's all you need to know. He's a 3. If you are a 3-year starter at Alabama,
yeah, I mean, you're pretty much says everything.
Like, you don't need to say anything else.
Right.
Like, Bama is the perennial team to beat every year in college football. So, like, if you've been able to hold your position where they're actually recruiting number 1 recruiting classes every year, then you're a surefire first rounder in the NFL. Period.
Pretty much. I mean, look at they're the Heisman winner this year.
Yep.
Bama player.
Yep.
Smith.
Yes.
And then, so I'm sure they're both going to go, maybe like top 15, top 20. What you think?
That is a fair assessment.
I mean, from what I saw of Smith, I watched that game, and then his highlights, and then with this one, and I seen his highlights, I was like, yeah.
That's a fair assessment. I will judge you very well. You've done great. Homework.
Okay, good.
You've done very well.
Listen, I know football. Okay, it's just basketball is like I guess I'm a heart, but I know I know football. I watch football, and then like that.
No, it's just a lot of people don't watch. Like people don't watch college.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna front on our show right here. College is not like my
your go-to.
but it don't matter. I'm still interested. It's just, but college is so much.
It is a lot more teams. It's so many games, so many teams.
So many teams, and then it's like D1, D2, 3, like. Which game? It's just like, dang, should I, like, on Saturdays when the football games come on, it's like college football. It's just like, what team do you watch? Who do you watch?
Oh man. Okay. Let me hit Al real quick. So Al is starting to feel like the Birds should trade down and to get somebody at 8 or 9 and get some extra picks to then take Surtain. All right, listen. Slamming it down.
Ooh.
The Eagles are taking Kyle Pitts. And I told you guys this 5 weeks ago. The guy is a stud. So on draft night, when we have our mega cast for the draft,
your words,
I'm already
mark it down.
Write it down. This is JD Oracle moment. I forgot to do my thing. JD Oracle moment. They are taking Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is one of the best receivers. I don't even consider him a tight end. I just don't. I don't care what you think. I watch enough games I watch him all the time. The reason that he was labeled a tight end at Florida is because Florida is known for small, athletic guys. They've always had smaller receivers. Percy Harvin, all those guys. They've been known for that. So yeah, I don't care what you guys are telling me. The Eagles are taking Pitts. And if you're mad about it, you're gonna stay mad. But it is what it is. I think they're taking Kyle Pitts. And I said it for 4 weeks, and I'm not taking it back. Surtain's not gonna be your guy because you need more than a DB. A DB does not change your team.
Right.
A DB will not change the Eagles overall. Now, a generational talent at receiver, because they're not going to get a quarterback. Like, they're not going to get Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
So the best thing for them is to go after Kyle Pitts. And I know that's not a part of what we're talking about, but
hey, this was happening. This is what we want to talk about. So
it's just doesn't make sense for them to want to go get a DB. He's like, if Farley didn't opt out, best to come back. Okay. All right, check this out. So I got to think about Farley.
Okay.
Did I tell you to look up Farley? Or did I take it Farley? Okay.
You're Farley.
Okay, so Farley, guys. Man, this is rough. Farley plays for Virginia Tech.
Okay.
And that's
okay.
For those of you guys who don't know college that well, Virginia Tech isn't one of these perennial, top 10 teams every year. So I do believe that Farley is a better player than his team actually showed because he's a good corner, but the thing about it is Alabama plays so many great teams throughout the years. They play Kyle Pitts. They're playing against Georgia's receivers. They're playing against Clemson's receivers. They're playing against all these guys, and you never really see Virginia Tech playing anybody with these great receivers. And then there's so much pressure on Surtain, so much more pressure because he's playing in very high-packed games and high-intensity games. I don't think that Farley is better than Surtain, just based on that, because so many big games he showed up in.
So you're saying that he just plays against the better talent in the country so he can show more of his skills.
Yes.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
But does that mean that, so you're saying that only if you play for a top tier school, that's always where the top tier talent is? Does the top tier school always give the top tier talent, or is sometimes top tier talent kind of diamonds in the rough, or top tier talent kinds of maybe got looked over, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like, does that always equal itself? Because it's like, I get what you're saying, because you're right. Because Bama, their schedule, their coach, the pedigree of the Roll Tide is one thing.
3 years of that, though.
Right? No, for sure. And it's like you're built and bred, just like with Michigan. Hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. Some is one team. No, I'm sorry, Michigan, Villanova. It's like when you get a Villanova player, you kind of know what kind of player you're gonna get because of their coach, because of the system, because it's like you're gonna get defensively sound. They're gonna be able to shoot. Offensively, gonna be good. So you know that. So when you get a Bama player, you kind of know what to expect because you know where they came from. You know where they're coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top tier.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean that is always where the best guys are? Just because that's the best program?
It's just they're proven. Like, it's just like when you get one of these guys from the NFL, like, okay, so we'll use this. Alabama had a corner. Well, he's technically a free safety, and Mika Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
And Mika has been, even when he's with the Dolphins, he got drafted out of Alabama. He's been a perennial Pro Bowler to me at that position, and he hasn't skipped a beat since college.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't throw to his side when he was in college because he would either pick it or he'd knock your head off. And he's still that way. People literally won't go to him. He's like a Jalen Ramsey. Like, when these guys, a lot of these guys, they don't miss a lot of times on these players. So when they're saying, okay, this player is the guy, and they have the tape to back it up. And I'm not saying Farley don't have the tape. I'm just saying in this particular situation, if I'm taking Surtain, who's been probably groomed for this since he was a little kid.
Because of his history, his
father,
dad played the same position.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Look at how much he's probably like, this is the technique. That's probably why he has that sixth sense. Like, when you see a guy cough too hard, you knew you need to turn around.
Right.
Like,
that's a good point. That's a good point with this individual case.
Yes, this case is, and that's why I'm saying in this particular case, you just don't go there. Pitts will be a security blanket for it. I won't be mad. More assets will be better. You could get Farley and say Waddle if you trade out. Listen, you need, as an Eagles fan, you need a generational talent. Because you screwed the pooch on the last two drafts. You need a lot. You need a lot. Like, in the best way to start is you need to get one of these generational receivers. Like, think about what Jerry Rice did for the game. Like, drafting the guy who drafted Jerry Rice. You got a generational receiver that is going to require a double team. If you do not double team this fellow, he's going to scorch you. Like, I'm serious. Like, these guys, this Jamar Chase coming out the draft, a beast. If you don't double team these dudes, they will embarrass you. And you're going to be looking at the scoreboard like, what can we do? The Eagles don't, right now, they need to start looking at generationally, how do we get better? And we need to, and initially, you can't do it by trading back. That's been the problem. You get all these draft picks, and Roseman has screwed the pooch. So why would you want more times for him to potentially pick the wrong person? He went and got Jalen Rager last year with his first pick.
Yeah, over like Jackson, like
Jefferson.
Yeah, over Jefferson. I get it. I get what you're saying.
My
But
head
here's
is
the thing
hurting.
with the whole thing with the Eagles. This could be a whole conversation because you already know with like Howie and then Doug's gone now and like all this crap with them. It's like, who knows what kind of decisions are going to be made? Who even knows if the right decision, the decision you want, or the decision that I want is going to be made either? You know what I mean? Because who knows what they're going to do?
They're going to pick Pitts.
The right decision even might be the smart decision, could not be the decision made. What did you call his agent?
Dude, I'm telling you, I watch college. Al know this, and this is respect because I know he's gonna be funny. But Al knows I know my stuff when it comes to this college. I watch it every Saturday. I watch it Friday night. I'm big on the college because
football.
The reason I'm not so big into NFL football, I know myself in NFL. I just have a lot of heartbreak. I'm a Steelers fan, so I've had some down years.
But you've had a lot of winning years though.
Yeah, but like
you're saying when you watch.
Yeah, but like I mean. Even then, it's just like you watch a team, you watch them break your heart all the time. You start looking at like my Clemson Tigers have been in the playoffs for like 6 years straight. So I've been seeing these guys go against the Alabamas of the world, the Ohio States of the world. So like I'm already seeing these guys play against other top tier talent, and so I'm watching it. I think Kyle Pitts was possibly the best receiver in the league this year because he had 5 touchdowns in one game after they doubled him.
Oh, well, there you go.
After they doubled this dude, he still ended up with 5 touchdowns. Like,
hold on, Jabril said. No,
oh, you made the Jabril? Jabril.
Well, Daniel said, no, go up to more, Daniel. Pitts will be security blanket for Hurts. I won't be mad, but more assets would be better. You could get Farley and say, wow, okay. And by the way, okay. So I guess back to Jabril. Sorry. It says, Bama QBs are GOATs in college, but forward in the NFL. Mac Jones might be the best, be a best NFL QB or other in the last 5 years. Tua will not show up this year injury prone.
I mean, bro, you're not wrong. I don't see. No lies are detected there.
I see no lies.
I see no lies here.
Okay, and then.
Yeah, he got me with that one.
No, seriously, that's your opinion, bro. All right, Al. I'll back.
Listen, all I'm saying is you Pitts is.
Oh yeah, J. Kyle Pitts from Philly area too. Blame that wrong.
That's whatever. Pitts is gonna be an Eagle, man. Get ready. And I told you guys first, so make sure when you guys want the heat, come to me. Come holler at me. I told you guys first.
You heard it here first.
You did hear it here first. Yeah. So who else you got? Let's hit one of these running backs.
Okay, bet. So his first name, I was like Chuba Hubbard from Canada.
Sounds like Chewbacca.
Yeah, or like Chubbs,
like Nick Chubb,
or like Chubby's. The cheesesteak place in Roxborough. Shout out to Chubby's, but Delisandro's is better. Sorry, I had to say that. Okay, so
that's your favorite cheesesteak place?
My favorite cheesesteak place in Philly is Delisandro's, hands down.
I gotta go there. I
don't care what anybody says. Jim's is my second. No, I'm sorry.
Jim's? I love Jim's.
So my first is Delisandro's, my second is Steve's, my third is Jim's.
I do like Steve's too.
So Delisandro's best in the city. I don't care. You go to Delisandro's for the cheesesteaks. You go to Chubby's for the fries. Just saying. Okay, great.
True.
All right. So Chuba.
Oh, he's from Abington. That's where Pitts is from. Abington.
Oh, he's from he's from Abington. Okay, cool.
Right down the street.
That's close.
Then it's close. That's a suburb. Philly suburb.
Philly area. But everyone from Abington probably tell people I'm from Philly. Everyone who's from the suburbs, they always like if you go say you're in Philly, someone asks you where you from. They're gonna say I'm from Abington, right? But if you go say to like New York, where you from? Philly. But if they're from Abington, you know what I'm saying? Because no one knows Abington, but Philly is like the
bigger place. Like I'm from a place called Greer, South Carolina.
So where would you say you were?
Greenville.
So that's
the bigger city.
People might know, right?
That's the bigger city for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
It's notable. You can do that. I think it's acceptable.
Well, it's acceptable until you start to try like I'm from Philly. It's like, was your address pulled up in Pennsylvania? Like, did you live in the city? Like, do you know about that life? Like, are you?
No.
You know what I mean? Agree with Carmody. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Jim's and the cheesesteaks. I'm telling you. See, Delisandro's, baby boy. You know the vibes. All right.
Chuba. You got Chuba. I want to say now. Chuba is the guy we're on. We're on Chuba.
Chuba. All right. So 3-star recruit. He earned the John Cornish Trophy in 2019. That's given to the best Canadian college football player. So we got that in 2019. So that's big for Canada. I don't know how big their football is in Canada.
But, Canada.
Yeah, Canada. But he got that. That's for the best in Canada. So give it to him. So for his 3 years at Oklahoma State, not where Baker Mayfield went, Oklahoma State. Okay, they're the Cowboys.
That's where Mason Rudolph came from. Oklahoma State. Trash. Yeah. Trash. That's why he got hit with a helmet.
Yeah, he has a thing. He's a Steelers fan.
God, I hate him.
So he spent 3 years there, 3,459 rushing yards, 33 touchdowns, 53 catches for 479 yards. He has good bursts. He's a productive back. He's excellent in zone. He has like a one-cut ability. He's a zone runner, like I said. So I watched his tapes. I watched them. And from what I see, the boy can run. He gets out there. He gets going. And it's true. He's not like big on moving the pile. He doesn't have like that lower body kind of strength to like, be pulling like a DK Metcalf and carry like 7 players or whatever you say grid. They'd be like, where the hell is that? What does it say? So Kylan Hill is late round.
He's a late round, yeah.
RB that entered.
Look out for him.
Look out for him. Okay. On cruise ship, entire Delaware Valley says I'm really right. No, seriously, like this is what I'm saying. Like if you're from suburbs or even like I said, even Delaware, like I'm from Philly. I'm from the Philly area. It's like just say
outside of Philly.
Bro. Like
no, don't.
I mean, for me, no matter where I go,
you from Philly though.
I know, no matter where I go, what I do, I'm always gonna say I'm from Philly because that's my address my whole life, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
But you from Philly, so it doesn't apply to you.
I know, but it's just like, what's the shame? You're from where you're from. Who cares?
But if you don't know, like when you explain it too, it also helps for geography. Like
that's true. So you're
why you talk different?
Like, you're right. Okay.
Like when some people hear me talk, they be like, "Where you from?" I'm clearly not from Philly.
But here's the thing. But if you tell me I'm from South Carolina, that's all you gotta say. Like, all right, cool. If you tell me Greenville, whatever the hell you tell me, this is the capital.
They always ask me where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm from South Carolina. Where you from in South Carolina?
Okay.
They only think 3 places exist in South Carolina: Myrtle Beach, Charleston, or Greenville. That's it.
Okay. Well,
there's no other cities in South Carolina.
But for me, if you told me that, I'd be like, okay, so I need to hear South Carolina. I get it now. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
I get that.
You don't have the problem. You don't know the struggles.
Yeah, I guess I don't know the struggles. Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas, Oklahoma State. Okay, you see, throwing some names. Okay, back to Chuba. Back to Chubes. All right.
Little Chubs.
It's Chubs. Oh, whatever.
It's Chuba.
Hubbard. The bull Hubbard. The bull Hubbard. All right. Okay, back to him. So, for what I've seen of him, he gets the ball, he takes it, he runs, he's out very fast.
Okay.
He doesn't have a lot of lower leg strength, so he's not going to push the pile. Let's say a DK Metcalf. Let's say like a what's his name on the. You talking
about big boy from Tennessee, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, like he's not going to be doing all.
Yeah,
that.
He's not like Tank. He's more like a finesse guy.
But he'll go through a block, go around a block and kind of get going. And then he has had some fumble trouble though. So he's had like 11 fumbles in his career at Oklahoma State. Yeah. So 11 fumbles. So over 3 seasons. So that's concerning on the scouting report for him. But I mean, he's fast. He seems like he can, take a little bit of contact and still keep going. So, I mean, just because he came with a pile, so what? Here's the thing. I don't blame him because who wants to get knocked around and pushed around and not get piles anyway? Like, DK Metcalf, Derrick Henry, I get it. It's football, but like...
DK Metcalf's a receiver, though. That don't count for him.
I know, but listen, I feel like...
He's just a big dude.
He's humongous. And here's the thing. People who are that kind of specimen, like... It's easy for them to get hit up, knocked down, running back, receiver, whatever, because they're huge. So like this guy, you got to worry about what he's going to be at 40. True. Think about that. Like
Earl Campbell.
Right. Just think about all the documentaries that come out about like the injuries and everything going on. It's like we got to protect our players. Delaware Valley, Delaware River encompasses Philly news. Hence, I'm from Philly. Daniel, where are you from? You're from Delaware, Daniel?
Danny's one of our guys. He's around. He's like over. He's like a suburb over. He's good.
Oh, okay, cool. JD, I have more for you. I want you to give us weekend. You gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it next time. Either that or I'll tweet it. You gotta check me out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll do it. I know you got me, Al, so I'll do it for you.
Philly folks talk fast.
They do.
I talk fast.
Yeah, but it's like a different. But they say we talk fast too. Jabril just give me a hard time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit mine real quick. So I know you did a good job on you.
Cherry Hill, now Bucks County. Okay, cool, nice.
So real quick, for those of you guys, I'm gonna hit these 3 quicks. We gotta hit 3 more topics, and I want to be kind of off of here by 1:45. So because we just been talking the whole time. Harris, Etienne, and Sermon, they all got upside. The best out of those 3 running backs, because of who I am, I would be remiss if I didn't pick Etienne, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, because of who you are.
Yeah, because I'm a Clemson guy. He's a Clemson guy.
Okay,
I feel it's only right
that
I highlight him because I think a lot of times he gets crapped on because he was the second weapon at Clemson because he had Trevor Lawrence. But I will say this: in the last couple years, Etienne came back. He could have went to the draft the year before, but he didn't. He decided to come back to Clemson, and when he did, he really worked on his hands. He really worked on he did fumble sometimes. He had some issues holding on to the ball the year before that. He couldn't catch out of the backfield. He worked on that a lot. And before Al get me, I'm not his agent, but I'm telling you what I see he has really good speed. And it's like sneaky speed. Somebody else also picks Etienne, Dan. Etienne, man, I think what makes him so good is because you can see the progression in how he changed. A lot of these guys, they come in like a tank. Like Najee Harris, for the last 2 years, he's looked exactly the same.
Okay, yeah.
As far as his physical body, his physicality. That's not the same with Etienne. He's kind of, his body's more. Sermon, even the same thing when he was at Oklahoma. He looked exactly how he looks now. Like he didn't make a major change. And that shows me that his ceiling is pretty low. Yeah. When you don't really make that big change, because that college workout experience should do something to your body. And I don't know who's over the Clemson, training program, who's getting those guys big and buff. But I know for a fact that watching him from a freshman who could barely, take one lick, now he was getting yards after the catch, yards after the initial contact. And I know Sermon's doing it now, so people are going to say Sermon. But I'm going to say this. Etienne, if you look at him from freshman year to now, you wouldn't. He don't look the same person. He's wearing the same number. He's wearing the same jersey, but he's not the same player. And that gives me for a franchise that has a decent quarterback that's going to need a relief valve. He'd be a perfect match. So I think he's going to be probably one of the best picks in that draft for running backs. And I know he's kind of getting that. Everybody's kind of a prisoner of the moment with Harris. Here we go. Don't be a homer. ET for the show. ETN does remind you of CH.
Yes, different speed.
He has different speed, and it's weird because he's jerky, and I know like he runs like he kind of like people always talk about Le'Veon Bell, like how he ran weird, like he hit the whole weird.
Yeah.
He had a weird cadence.
He does.
It's like he was like he ran like 2 steps and then he stopped and then he picks his holes like really funny. ETN is similar to that. Like you would look like when he would go through a hole, it would look like okay, he's about to get stopped for a loss, and it would just like hit like a second speed, and he would just come up out of that thing, and it would be perfect. So I'm big on ETN. I know I'm a Clemson fan, so go Tigers. But that's why I'm and that's not why I'm on it. I watched a lot of him, and I watched his game progress, and it lets me know that if he ever got an NFL training facility, that he would probably explode.
So this is an objective opinion here.
This is an objective opinion because I like Harris. If Harris was put on the Steelers, I'd be great. I hope that the Steelers get him. God, I hope the Steelers get ETN. I've been so good this year, y'all. Like I've been so good. I haven't talked trash about people. Like I've been really good. I want ETN so bad to be a Steeler so I can buy every jersey color. I will just buy every one. I've been really good. So whoever knows the football gods, please, since we had to keep Ben Roethlisberger, can we please get ETN?
Oh yeah.
I just all I want.
Boxy butt.
That's what you call it?
Boxy butt.
That dude is built like a refrigerator.
He's like a box. He got a box back and he got like, the flat behind, Just saying. Just to say. Oh,
client reserve. My bad, man. I should have caught that. Listen, I'm gonna say this real quick because I need to get this off. And I've been good this year, but I'm gonna say something mean. Ben Roethlisberger is built like an old Maytag. You know those Maytag commercials where he's squatted down, but then he shows that he's really a washing machine, but it's just a man. That's what he could just stand up and be a refrigerator.
He has such a wide, long back, and he has no butt.
It's like
just to say,
it's all back. Like it's like
just to say, yeah.
It's like I don't know,
it's
really
strange.
He even falls slow. Like when he gets hit, it's like
He looks like he doesn't have a lot of agility. He's just kind of
like lurch.
Yeah, and he's like, type vibe.
Don't forget, Carm. JD is a Steelers fan, not a Birds fan. We know that, man. Everybody know I'm a Steelers fan. I'm not switching up.
Over there.
My Steelers hat right there. You know where I'm at.
Stay on your side of the mic.
Listen, I'm good with it. Listen, we both trash. It's better than me.
Yeah, the Eagles. That's a sad story right now.
We're sad.
Whatever.
I'm gonna let's transition because we've been on this thing. We got to get to the yellow brick road right quick.
All right.
I feel like did we cover everything?
Pretty much. I mean, we talked about basketball. We talked about your little draft picks, our little session.
Nope. I forgot what it was. I got my segment.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Listen.
Go on ahead.
So I'm a sneakerhead. As you can see behind me, like y'all know I'm into sneakers. I'm big on sneakers, man. I want you guys to check out this video on Instagram. And is my mic on? Yeah, my mic's on. Like, I want you guys to really see what this person is doing. This week, we watched the VP of Nike step down from her position at Nike. And, this is a problem that's happening in the sneakerhead culture. We've been seeing it for quite some time. If you've been buying sneakers in the last year or so. And probably even before that. Y'all know I got a sneaker problem. So, like, I
can actually attest to it because I'm in here. He has a crap ton of sneakers.
My friends call my rooms Foot Locker. But there's been a situation where where people have been taking sneakers that we love and they've been hoarding them. And for me, that's a problem because I grew up going to sneaker stores, sitting outside sneaker stores when the release would come out, camped out there, stayed out there all night, saved my allowance money and cutting grass money all year for my back to school shoes because I wanted to be fly.
Right. Commitment.
It's commitment. It's
right.
it's like a part, and they took a culture and they tried to monetize it. And when you try to monetize something that's pure like that, people start doing weird things to get shoes. And everybody, if you watch the documentary on the Jordans and how people were getting killed because it's a symbol of status or whatever, we know that it's a very slippery slope when people want things about people want things and all that. And you know, for me, and I'm not getting emotional about it, but I will say this: when you have a position like his mother had as the VP of Nike, you're already at an advantage where you can get any shoe you want.
Sneaker, right?
You're not waiting in line. Like you're not like there's a serious real feel to when you get a sneaker that you've been wanting for so long, you've waited, or you get on Nike. What I love now is like getting on sneakers app.
And then you get the thing and it's like
got it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love knowing that I got the shoes coming. Even if I gotta wait 4 days or 5 days for them to ship.
Right.
But knowing that this prick is out here, I'm gonna tell him, like, you're sitting around here, you're hoarding these shoes, and then you're charging 3 times what the shoe is worth. If the retail for a shoe is $200, why in the hell would somebody ever tell you that you gotta pay $600 to get the shoe?
Yeah, that's wild. I get what you're saying though. Because it's like it ruins the fun and like just kind of like the camaraderie of like, yo, like we all have the equal playing field of trying to get these sneakers. You know what I mean? It just takes that away, and it sucks because, but honestly, just think about it. It's just the true reveal of kind of like different Americas and different kind of like ways of being for certain people and certain things. And that's just this is a harsh reality, and it's just kind of coming to light, and it sucks because sneakers are supposed to be fun. It's sneakers, like it's a kid's like clout. You know what I mean? Like, yo, look at my sneaks. You know what I mean? As an adult, you know, you enjoy the hunt and the thrill of getting your sneakers. Like I love sneakers too. Like I have a couple.
She got on some Yeezys, the zebra Yeezys right now. We gotta start doing a heat check. Heat check. Every episode have a heat check.
I got my Yeezys on. I got a pair of Jordan. Jordans. I got a pair of Jordan 1s that I just got from StockX. You know what I mean? I got a pair of like retro 6s, like before they changed to the
we were talking about. We'll talk about it next week.
But anyways, either way, I get what you're saying. Totally get it. And that was wild. Like, and then she lost her whole job and her whole career is kind of like now compromised because she wanted to spoil her already probably spoiled son and help him like be dirty. And
I don't even know if she really. I mean, he took her credit card. He did ring up a bunch of debt.
There's no way she didn't know. It's on her credit card.
I know. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that she didn't know. But look at this storeroom. I need you guys to look at what.
No, that was insane.
That's horny.
Insane.
Like I'm Foot Locker. Right. That's the warehouse where all the stuff is at, and I'm just not okay with it. I'm just gonna be honest. I love my sneakers. And to Dan's point, I like what Marbury did. I would just never wear any. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real.
Respected that what he did.
I just not gonna wear them.
Well, I mean, because you're like kind of bougie. You know
I'm not bougie. I'm just not gonna wear them.
You got your. What is the pair of sneakers that you have that is like your least value pair that you own? I want to know because that would say it all. What's your least value pair you own?
Are you talking like actual like Jordans or the sneakers?
No. The sneakers. What is like the lowest value sneaker that you wear?
Sarah, stay off here. Do not get on here.
See, Sarah, come help me. Let's reveal. What's the truth? Shit. See, you can't look. I'm looking around the gym, y'all. I see literally one.
No, I got some stuff that's not.
6s.
I don't have all Jordans though.
Like 3s, Yeezy.
Okay.
He has a sign.
I got nope. I got a pair of ISPA Nikes, and they are not that expensive. They are not that expensive. They only retail for about.
I would say 300.
No, not my shoes. All of my shoes not 300. I do got some drip in here. I got a pair.
No, he definitely has like some crazy drip.
I got some off-whites in here. I got some off-white 5s. They was pretty penny.
I'm gonna say like it is kind of wild in here. Just to say. Jay
it's not
said
wild.
The show is fly. Love it. Thanks, Jay. Thanks for checking us out. Overpriced, made cheap in China.
That's not how you spell bougie, Sarah.
He's so boosie. Yes, girl.
Boosie is another person.
I get it, Sarah. I get it.
You can't spell.
I get it, girl.
I love you, but you can't spell.
I mean,
yeah.
So Starbury did it for the kids.
He did do it for the kids.
I think his goal was to give kids something they can get like messed up, jacked up on the court, and mom and dad ain't got to pay. So, because you pay for whatever for Jordans, and obviously some kids probably tear them up, and the parents be mad because I just spent $200 on these sneakers and you jacked them up at the court because it's your status. Whatever. So I feel like he made them so the kids could just,
Right, but I grew up with Jordans. I grew up in the Jordan area. I had a pair, and I played in them. Like I remember my senior year, for example, my junior, we went to state championships, and we decided before the state championship game we were going to go and get some sneakers. Like the Air Force Ones that were camo came out, Lowe's, and we had to have them. We had to play a state championship game.
Balls in Lowe's?
No, we wasn't playing in Lowe's. Check me out. We had to wear them. Like we showed up to the game. We had to drive. It was like an hour, 2-hour drive to Columbia, where I'm from. We had to drive to the state championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So me and a couple of my buddies, we drove to the mall, and we were supposed to leave at like 8 or 9 o'clock. We drove to the mall. We knew a guy that was working, so he ended up getting us as soon as the store opened. He gave us a pair of the shoes, and we bought them from him.
Okay,
but that is how literally like anal I am about it.
Okay,
like I love it. To
so you point. Really are like.
I really like. I wash my shoes. I wash my shoes on Saturday. I take the laces out. I wash them in the sink. Yeah, it's like it's just a rite of passage. If anything that's worth having is worth keeping.
I need to come shopping at your house, bro. What did you wear at Clemson? What did you wear at Clemson? The Heat?
Nah, it's regular stuff. At Limestone, I had really good shoes though.
Oh, correct.
I had a bunch of good stuff. Like when I played at Limestone, I had like a lot more nicer stuff. Like I got a pair of blue and black Jordan 12s over there. I wore those. In high school, I wore a Jordan only black because my school was black, gold, and white.
Okay. So
I wore like a bunch of different stuff. And there's like stuff people didn't see. Like where'd you get them from?
He has small feet. Out. Oh my God.
I don't. I wear like an 11.
I'm that way with firearms. Yes, Jay. Jay has a show called Jay. What's your show called? I know what it is. I'm blanking, but it's a great show. Jay talks about different guns and the safety of them and different models and stuff like that. He's great. Like he has a whole setup.
Hit us in the DMs, man. I need to see that show. I'm trying to get me a firearm.
Jay, put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Do whatever you gotta do. I want you.
Follow J Crew for you.
For sure. Put him out there.
That gun talk.
That gun talk.
In my head, that gun talk. My boy.
That's actually a really good title too.
Yeah, and it's a great. Like the setup is really cool. He goes real into detail about different guns, and it's cool. I'm
gonna reach out to you, Jay, for sure. I'm gonna reach out. Yeah. So we're at the end. Somebody wanted me to answer the question about the DB from Clemson that got kicked off the team apparently. I'm gonna answer that and I'll be real brief. So. Darian Kendrick was he's not, I guess he's not All-American, but he was all AC corner, all ACC corner, out of, oh no, they don't wear good shoes at Clemson. They wear trash. They wear like the team Nikes or whatever shoe they give them for that year. So, okay, for Darian Kendrick. So Darian Kendrick is a corner out of Clemson. He was supposed to go to the draft. He forgo the draft. He went back to Clemson. And then he got to Clemson and Clemson told him that he's no longer with the program.
Oh.
So I have my theories. All right. So for Jabril, I have my theories of why he was let go. And I think it has something to do with marijuana. I think it's got something to do with his and on top of he got exposed. Like he got exposed this last year. And the game against Ohio State, they went after dude every play. Like he was like the guy that they just like, okay, we did it first down, go at him. Like pick him out. They just he caught balls on him all day long. So yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with a lot of this stuff, and I think that he wasn't able to. I wear an 11. That's my size.
11 is a perfect.
No,
size
11 my size. Not 11 your size. 11 my size. That's the size that's on my shoe.
So Jay's YouTube is J Crew for you. Give him a follow.
Give him a follow. But yeah, so that's my opinion on that.
And so it's just slanderous and messed up and killing the culture.
Yeah.
A down for the culture.
It's a down. It's not a good part of the culture.
I agree.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Carm, tell them where they can find you.
All right, y'all. I'm on Instagram, Twitter at Yo Soy Carm.
Yep.
Check me out. My YouTube is also Yo Soy Carm. Follow me on YouTube. I do a Hoops to Carm video recaps. Check those out. And also on Tuesdays, I'm on the Running Back Sports Show, which is on YouTube. So if you follow our YouTube channel, it's Running Back Sports, and our YouTube is Running Back FM. We actually come live on the radio, 98.5, every Tuesday from 5 to 7. So you can catch me and my two co-hosts every Tuesday, 5 to 7, 98.5 FM.
It's a good listen.
Or YouTube, yeah.
It's a very good listen, and I'm not even gassing. It's a good listen, 100%.
For sure.
Need to see you lick your favorite shoe.
He wants to. He was talking about that.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not doing that. I walked on those. Like, there's no DSs in here right now. So I'll lick a pair of DSs.
Okay.
How about this? If I get 200 viewers on a show, I will live open a pair of sneakers and I will lick the sneaker from the bottom. Not a pair that I wore though. Not a pair that I wore.
Okay, got you.
That's the Karma is doing big things.
Thanks, Al. I'm definitely listening. Coming on this show is like y'all popping.
Are we?
Yeah.
I mean, well, they popping.
No.
They popping.
All popping at Heat Ratio.
They popping.
Shout out to you. Shout out to the Heat Ratio.
Hey man, yeah. So go check out all of our shows on Heat Ratio. That was a great segue. Check out all the shows on Heat Ratio on YouTube. There's a list of them. We got them broke down now. So if you want hockey, we got Flyer and Ice. If you want
Flyer and Ice with my boy Vince.
You got
and Dan.
And Dan. That's Dan. That's what we're talking to now.
Oh, hey,
that's Dan. That's Dan. We also got Half Court Heat with Al, Andre, and Tony. And I sometimes guest on that. We got Scotty Talks. We got my show with Carm now and Terrence. Whenever Terrence comes back from Cali or whenever he gets settled. And I think if I'm missing anybody, we got a gambling show now coming up soon. So guys, please don't look out for that if you're a gambler. Tony does DFS picks and all that good stuff. He says hello, Carm.
Hey.
Man, and listen, guys, I want you guys, if you hit the notification bell, you won't just get my show. So if you don't want to see my ugly mug, you don't have to look at me. You can watch all the other guy Heat Ratio personalities. We're all on Twitter. We all are very, very responsive. We all reach back out. We retweet. We at people. If you have something to say to us, we're very responsive. So for anybody that's looking to talk sports, we're here for that. I think that's it, though.
Half Court Heat on Sunday nights.
Half Court Heat on Sunday nights. Betting show on Saturday mornings. I think it's betting over breakfast or betting at breakfast or betting something.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Tell your friend to tell your friend. All right, guys. So we have one more thing to show you guys. Recently we did something for Carm. She had a loss in the family, a very big, significant loss.
Deep, humongous. So
we're going to tribute and dedicate this show to her grandmom, y'all. So if you guys stick around for the last couple of minutes, we're going to be off the screen, but you're going to see that. And then after that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Smash the alerts.
My first show dedicated to my grandma, who's my heart. So thank you for doing it, Jay. And I wanted everyone to kind of just see that, without my grandma, I would not be here.
For sure.
In general. So this is for my grandma, my first show, and everything I do from here on out is for her. So.
All right, man. Till next time. I should have had it queued up. Here we go.
I don't have much to breathe. My heart's torn.